I am headed. My mom had the car this morning, so I couldn't drive. My glasses are dirty, so I'm actually gonna have to take those off. Um, so I'm officially migrated to the new channel. Episode 4 launched yesterday. I forgot the microphone. I'm realizing that now, but it's fine. Um, I have to have Google on because I'm going to a place I've never been to. So, deal with that. I'll just shut up whenever Google starts speaking. Oh my god, this car has 3, like, massive dogs in it. Oh, that's adorable. Um.
In 500 feet, turn right onto
Ah, la 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 la. La 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 la. It's too late. My destination.
Then turn right onto East.
My destination has already been leaked. So I'm gonna have to shut up whenever Google starts talking. Oh wait, no, I can mute it right now. I can mute it until I need it. So I'm headed to my friend's.
Take the next right.
Okay, so apparently you can't mute it. I'm on my way to one of my friends' last ever show at their school. So I had to come. So this video is gonna have to take so much editing. Jesus Christ. Oh wait. Oh, I can mute it. So it's his last ever performance, at least for high school. I think he wants to be a doctor. So it's probably his last performance ever. So I wanted to go see. I'm pretty sure his school was the first to ever get the rights to Beetlejuice Jr. So that's gonna be fun. I know the cast is gonna be great. But I'm super excited to see it. First time I've ever been to a school. And it has a full house. I got one of the last 3 seats. That was crazy. My school, we're lucky if we sell out like once for our 3-run show or our 3-day show. That's insane. Good on him. I'm very excited to see it. And I kind of want to go next time because the 2 people I really know from his school, I almost said the name, that would have been crazy, like, are on separate casts. So I also want to go tomorrow to see AJ. Tonight I'm seeing Xander, though. I low-key need my sunglasses. It's fine. I'm very excited. They were at a convention and they got Alex Brightman to make a video for them saying to break a leg. And that was so cool. Future me, put in the video right now. And then cut back here. And that was super cool. Like, he's so funny. But yeah. But tonight, personally, I am. After the show, I'm going to froyo with Cooper. And then you may be expecting us to get some more Pokemon cards. I would love to continue the search, but we simply don't have time. Because he has to be back home at 11. I'm probably getting to froyo at 8:40-ish. So that's not happening. But he is a choir major at his school, if in case that wasn't evident in all my other videos. Well, I guess not everybody watches my videos. Hi. I think this video has 1 subscriber and it's my other channel. But he is a choir major at his performing arts school, and he is fantastic. He's an absolute amazing singer. I've never personally been able to work with him before, but I've seen his work. He's so good, so impressive. But I need help for my showcase piece because I've pretty much like officially decided that I'm just gonna do the solo and it's fine. But I am not trained at all, and I'm normally placed in baritone roles. So those high notes are up there. So I'm gonna have him, I guess, like coach me through it, even though he himself is a bass. So tonight's gonna go curiously. But actually, fun story about him. His choir teacher, because he went to the performing arts school, high school, for his freshman year, and then he came to my school. Yeah, shocking, we don't go to the same school. He went to my school his sophomore year, and then he was like, oh yeah, it sucks here, which I told him, didn't believe me, the rat bitch. But it's having me get off on exit 20. The hail. Okay, I believe you. But and then he went back to the performing arts school for his junior year, which meant that he was placed in a lower level choir than what he should be, not just for his talent, because he's an absolute talent, but for his grade. He's a junior, he's being put in the sophomore class essentially. Where did this start off? Oh, anyways, because he was placed in that younger class, they needed tenors, so they put him as the highest, even though I'm pretty sure he's only the second lowest most of the time. Once again, I could be wrong. Cooper watches this video later and he's like, actually, this is all incorrect and your entire story was pointless. And that's the exact way he'd say it, because he's mean to me. He wasn't literally saying when I was trying to plan things with him tonight, he wasn't going, twirls hair in anticipation. Put up the screenshot, because it's embarrassing for him. I'm going to be so early. Doors open at 5:30. It's 5:05. I'm getting there in 19 minutes. So, he himself has had to grapple with natural voice being having to sing up here. So I'm hoping whatever he does works for me. And obviously it can't be taught overnight. But sometimes you roll with the punches, and worst comes to worst, I go back to doing the duet. Or I pick a different song that is better for my voice, which is probably what I should have done in the first place. But it's not terrible for my range. It's just, there's literally only one part of the song that I'm struggling with, and it's the final note of, not the final note, the final high note, which is literally, you gotta die sometime. But it's way higher than that, and I'm pretty sure it's not even the highest note in the song. It's just previous parts puts me in a weird place for it vocally. So even if whatever he does doesn't help really, as long as I just remember to keep myself lower so I have room, that'll be fine. But I don't know, I want to work with him anyways, so them's the breaks. Today I uploaded the cooking video It was filmed in like. Actually, I can look this up. When was the Tyson v. Paul fight?
On the website Netflix.com, they say, the event streamed live on Netflix on Friday, November 15th from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where a total of 72,300 attendees gathered to witness the historic fight card.
I get it.
At home, streaming
Oh
peaked
my,
at
you're still
65 million
going?
concurrent streams watching around the world, with 38 million concurrent streams in the United States. To find out more,
Oh,
look
I
for the
don't
link
want to
in
know
the
more.
Google Home or Google Assistant app.
Okay. It was filmed November 15th. Don't tell YouTube because they'll destroy my algorithm. But I already went into like a little bit of detail about this in the intro, but I think it was 24,000 frames or something. Like, it's an hour and a half long video at 60 frames a second. So I can ask Google again. 1.5 hours, 2 seconds. I think it cut out when I did that first Google search. Basically, it went on for a horrendously long time, and it was really funny. And I was explaining that it went down on November 15th, apparently. So apparently I can't ask Google things if I want recording to still happen. So I need a camera for these, apparently. What a stupid reason to get a camera, but you know, it'll probably be a better angle anyways. So I need a camera. Anyways, I was talking about how it's a really old video, and I touched about this in the intro, but it took me so damn long because it's an hour and a half long video at 60 frames a second, which is 24,000 frames. Put up the correct calculation of how many frames that is. Which is insane. And because Logan's brother didn't listen to him and did not go upstairs, and he had a blindfold on, so he like wasn't thinking, oh, my brother's downstairs on camera. So I had to go through all those frames, frame by frame, putting a black box over this little kid's face, and he's like jumping around, he's turning it, and he's like crampling it on himself. The things this kid did, there was a part where he was like swinging his leg like a pendulum, accelerating himself. It was crazy. So, you know, that was not a fun editing process. I sunk easily, at least 50 hours into just editing the kid's face out. Not even including, like, my other editing. So, yeah, I'm not upset about that one taking forever. I feel like if I rushed it, then I would have missed a couple of frames with that kid's face in it. And, you know, that's not good. But there was a couple of times during that editing process where I was like, I'm done. This is not happening. I'm done. Never again. I'm just gonna scrap this whole video. So I'm really hoping it performs well, because if it doesn't, God, was that a use of my time. A terrible use of my time. But yeah. So please go watch that. Except for my other channel is more popular than this one, so really I should be advertising the other way around. Anyways, the next video, I have no idea. I have, because I have a lot, but none of it's, videos that are screaming to me or like incredibly urgent. So I just don't know what to do next. Maybe I need to film a whole new thing. But I have the movie night at Logan's house. Logan's brother is no longer an issue as he was not there, which is so very nice. So the editing would be easier, right? I could probably do that all in a day. Wrong. Because Preston in the cooking video, he brought a mask. Preston in the movie night video did not bring a mask. And like, he probably didn't even know I was coming. He didn't know I'd bring my tripod. He didn't know I'd record. So that's not on him at all. That was on me. And like, he made it seem like a joke when he said, "Oh, you're gonna have to edit my face out," and I was like, ha ha ha, because he had told me that he didn't really care anymore after part of what took my homecoming video so long was editing out his face. So I felt stupid. And then he made a joke during the movie night that, "Oh, you're gonna have to edit out my face." I thought it was a joke. I texted him afterwards, like, to double check. No, actually, if it's not a big bother. And, by the way, I'm not complaining that he wants his, like, face out of the video. That's his right. It's his face. It's his prerogative. It's just, it means that it's going to take a lot longer for me to edit it, which is not his fault. Do not blame him. He made the thumbnail for the cooking video. He's amazing. He's so funny. I love working with him. I sound so PR trained. I'll get into that in a moment, but like, he's not the problem. It's, I need better ways of editing, because I feel like there should have been an easier way to do all that, which I don't know if there was, but you know. Anyways, I don't know why I sound so PR trained. Even when I started this video talking about Xander, I'm so excited to see this cast. I'm sure they're going to be wonderful. Why do I sound like that? And that kid is why companies should hire me for acting roles, is because I'm basically already PR trained. You ever think about that? Bet you didn't. But I'm basically already PR trained, you know? So, please give me a role right now. Right now. Pretty please. You know, why are you calling me? Why was that girl calling me? That was so scary. For what purpose would she have? I told her to text me when, okay, whatever. I hung up. Whatever. You know, I heard Percy Jackson season 2's filming. I love Percy Jackson. You know what core memory that just brought up is when I was playing the, is that my teacher by me? No, it's just a generic old man. When I was playing, when I was like first streaming, I think it was like my third stream ever, I streamed for like 8 hours, and that was before I did my 69 subscriber special. So back then, that was a long time to be streaming for me, and I also didn't have nearly as good of a chair as I do now, so it was also a lot more painful to stream. But I talked about the Percy Jackson series, and I had a really goated take, and because I love the show, and I love the books, and I read the books when I was a kid. I should probably reread them soon. But like, you know who else is probably looking for actors? Lionsgate for Hunger Games. I would also love to do that, because and while I'm there, I can ask them, hey, can you remove my copyright strikes? No, but like, but I had a really go to take about the Percy Jackson series. Sorry, child actors reminded me of Hunger Games. But like, I loved Percy Jackson. I was talking about that, and then I got my stream taken down for hate speech. I don't know what I said. I've been the subject of ridicule for a while now because of that. Of Aspen, we told you to stop being so hateful with your speech. I have no idea what I said. The only thing I could think about that could have gotten that taken down without a way to appeal, may I add, they just wiped it off, is that I made a joke about gay people. And if you haven't noticed, the theater, I'm definitely a little bit queer. You know, if you look at my old videos, you definitely can't see a bi flag behind me. Should I really be saying that in this political landscape? Probably not. But like, hate to break it to you, I can kind of make fun of gay people. I'm gay. My girlfriend's gay. We're bi. I was talking about I have this theater advocacy trip coming up where I get to go to DC and talk to a bunch of senators, and it's a really cool experience, and I'm glad to have it. And they were like talking about, oh, what are some of the issues you want to touch on? And I should have mentioned that but like I was really stressed, and Xander, the guy I'm going to see right now, cut me off when I was about to start talking. So, you know, no, I'm very excited for that trip. I'll probably make content out of it because, you know, I can't just be normal. Are you about to ruin this moment right now? That's me with a camera. That's literally the movie night video. Is, are you about to ruin this moment right now? As I pull out a tripod, I absolutely have to. Oh, that was a turn lane. I was so scared I wouldn't be in the far left lane anymore. Thank God. I don't know who has been casting the Hunger Games. Give that person a promotion and a half, because I'm not even like a Hunger Games fan. When I like watched the movies for the first time, and you can see about half of those because most of them got taken down, probably rightfully so. But I wasn't a huge fan of the movies, and then I like kind of got into the fandom and realized it's because they were supposed to be 6-hour long movies, and I was like, oh no, if these were 6-hour long movies, I'd probably get rid of a lot of my judication. I don't know if that's a word, if I'm even using it right. Judgment. All that. But like, I don't know. It's super fun. But like, that casting is amazing and it's immaculate. And I will absolutely see Sunrise Over the Reaping in theaters. Which means that I need to lock in and what if I do a remaster of the first Hunger Games video? That's a good idea. Guys, new series unlocked. I'm gonna do a remaster of the Hunger Games, which does not mean reshoot. It means re-edit. And then I will make a video about the fourth. Well, technically, I'll make a video about the third movie. But that's like a problem for later. But I will find a way to make that third movie video. And then I'll make the fourth movie video. And then I'll see if I can get a Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes video. If that's it. Which I'm assuming will be harder because it's music. Normally harder to maintain. Yeah. Actually, Hunger Games used to be my most viewed video ever. It had 997 views the last time I looked at it before it got copyrighted. Which is a really funny duality to me of, hey, we're gonna give you all these views. We're gonna really promote you in the algorithm. And then we're also gonna shoot you in the knee. And it was probably deserved. So that's... I don't want that to be the next thing I work on, though, because I need a, like, normal video for my channel. So it'll probably be the gentleman's dispute with Andrew and Onyx. It'll probably be something from that stream. Speaking of stream, I have to stream tonight. I don't wanna. Cause I'm not gonna be home until like 11. So, you know, that's fun. Should I have spent this time rehearsing my showcase piece? Yeah. Have I? No. Do I regret it? No. Because I feel like this has been my best crash talk yet. Because I'm actually coming up with... Like, you get better at things the more you do it? Oh my god! Green light. Yeah, but like I'm actually coming up with topics and things are flowing, and I did get one cut because I tried to search something up on Google. But really, that's my fault. So I gotta like find a little webcam. I get a GoPro just to... That'd be funny. Okay. I can turn you off now. Not you. Not yet. No, you get to stay on. This is all senior parking. Where do I park? Xander, give me the answers. Oh, this is just like that other high school I went to. Not like I went to, but like... I have no idea if this parking job was any good. What if I just lean over, actually? Perfect. Perfectly in the lines. God damn. I am a master. Anyways, there's like 2 minutes before I can go inside. So, my hair looks so good when I left the house. What the fuck? There's always going to be one of these segments where I'm just like, Riz. Ew, I hated that. Ew, get this guy off of my screen. When I get back, it'll probably be just talking about the production. This school always has like, and this is the way my director describes it, and his son's in the program, is the singing's always great, the acting's always great, the actors are always great. The production isn't always very great, which I've never gotten to like see before in practice, because I've never seen this high school show. God, I'm actually gonna have to edit this. I'm gonna have to actually oh, I'm showing my grays off too. No. But like, I actually have to edit this video. But like, this is the first time I get to see this high school's actual show that isn't at state, which is like a theater competition where it's like all the high schools in the state, or in some middle schools, like come together. We do workshops, we like meet each other, we socialize, we have fun. But it really is a competition of who had the best play. Most of the time it's musicals that get nominated. I'm not sure if it's musicals only. Maybe that's a good question. I've never not seen, because my freshman year was Your Good Man Charlie Brown, which is the show my school did, and Mamma Mia, which is the show this high school did. And then last year it was, hell, what was it? It was Six, and that was really good. And I think Chicago, maybe. And then this year it was Once Upon a One More Time, which was this school too. And Percy Jackson? I think it was Percy Jackson. So, all good picks. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I got so lost in the sauce of what the hell was. So I've seen these actors before. I've never seen them on an opening night, which is very different if you've ever seen, especially a high school show. I can't really speak for like a big name production, but like high school show opening night is gonna be a little. Not for us though, because we're basically professionals. My director always loves putting on our shirts and advertisements, unpaid professional theater. Brother, we are not professional. Have you met yourself? Have you? You're not. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in now. I'll be seeing you. Why am I doing that? Hello, folks. So I just got out. It only was an hour, so it's the junior version. I'm gonna talk about it more in depth. The actors were all amazing. Except for you, Xander. He said he was gonna claim Big Spoon on our trip. Oh, I had to call Cooper. But like, initial reaction real fast. It was amazing. Everybody was like, oh, it was beautiful. It was so funny. And it definitely helped that I knew a lot of the people in it, and I love the people in it. But like, holy shit, that Lydia was, I say that Lydia like I don't know her and she doesn't follow my page. That Lydia was so amazing. The only reason I'm leaving is because like I got so awkward, because like I know some of these people by association. Like I know Morgan over there, but that's only like because they're Xander's girlfriend. I don't know her personally, so I don't want to say hi to her. Anyways, I have to call Cooper. I'll be right back, but he was amazing. this person cut me off, but it gave me the perfect opportunity to set up my camera. Except, holy shit, that camera angle is not perfect. Oh, it's blocked off over here. Oh, fuck me. Okay, cool. So I'll just flip it you. Maybe Xander will be here this time. I think they're taking a cast photo, but I need him to hurry the freak up. Actually not really, but I'm just gonna leave. Let's see if I can rectify this situation fast. Apparently not. So it was really good. Obviously they did the junior version, because it's high school, and it was only an hour long, so there was no intermission, and that felt shocking. But I thought it was really good. The pacing, and this is, so I'm going to talk about the show from, like, a purely the show standpoint on what the show is. Oh, I screwed up. I didn't see that second car, and it was almost bad. But it's fine. He was speeding anyways. So, talking about the show itself, I haven't ever seen the original, but like it's a pop culture zeitgeist, like obviously I've heard Say My Name, I've done Say My Name for a scene before, Dead Mom. Holy, I need to talk about that real fast. That Lydia, holy shit. I keep calling her that Lydia. I know her vaguely, not well, but like I know the girl. Oh my god, they were so good. Actually, like, chills. It was freaky how good they were. I know they've been like singing since they were a kid. It was unbelievable. Back to the show itself. Sorry, I had to talk about that. It felt, especially the ending, it felt extremely rushed, and not everything made sense. Like, the going between the underworld and the real world felt very jarring, and Lydia's turn from I want my dead mom back to and I don't know if this is just the junior version, from I want my mom back to okay, you can live with us now, Delia. No, Delia's my friend. I don't know the guru life coach name. But whoa. So like pacing was a little explaining everything was also a little but it was brilliant. The actors really did make the show. They had their like mood lighting too high, and it was hitting the top curtain. I don't know what that's called, and it was creating this really odd effect against the screen. They didn't really have too many set pieces. What they did with the set was pretty creative, but they didn't have too much set, and they just decided to use the couch. What? A projector. They decided to use a projector for most of it, and it worked for a lot of it. You can tell that the projections, the projector was good. The images and videos were not totally wonderful and definitely needed some work. But I thought it was quite good overall. They did have like one permanent set piece. It was the couch. And when they were in the attic, they like covered it with a sheet. And when they were in when they were in the ground floor, they had it no sheet. And I thought that was like a creative way to create some distance between walls, like, because they needed a couch in both parts, and it would have been really hard to swap them in and out. So I think that was a very creative way of doing it. It was all very smooth. It was all just very impressive. I'm actually gonna direct Xander to watch this video because like I did not get to really talk to him much, so I'm just gonna be like, hey, these are all my compliments. Take them. Yeah. And I think what they made the best of what their the script was, and like truly they punched up the script even. I gotta lock in real fast. Okay. And like the director, he's a very curious man. He was like really excited to put on this, and it showed, and not just within him, but in everyone. I had a lot more production notes, but like I lost them because I stayed so long for the like after party, quote unquote, which is just like taking pictures, getting signatures. I wish I could have gotten a signature from Xander, but you know, he ran away from me after saying he's going to take Big Spoon on our DC trip. I don't even know how the hotels are going to work for that. But I'm very excited for that trip with them because I love Xander. Now on to the like individual actors, starting with that Lydia. I know I've already touched on the Lydia, but I do not care. Oh my god. And it's not even those insane octaves, I'm assuming, she was hitting. It was like it was her pacing. The Beetlejuice, I'm going to touch on later, like got them off time, immediately fixed it. It was crazy. Their sheer sense of the music and themselves was insane. And it was so inspiring to see, because that's just how good this Lydia was. It was actually insane. Get Olivia on Broadway now. Oh my god. I don't even know if that's what she wants to pursue, but it should, because holy shnikes, the voice was amazing. Oh, that was another one of the production notes I had. And then I'll get back to Olivia because, oh my god, it was just that good. Whoa, that dude's flying. I know I say that a lot, but like he actually was. a lot of the songs were cut down because they turned it into basically a one act. Because the show started at 6:30 and it ended at 7:30, and there was no intermission. So it really was just a one act of Beetlejuice. Not that that's a bad thing. That was it all was great. Why am I going 45, guys? But they cut down a whole lot of the songs, and I think well, Cooper's calling. Well, that's not happening. Whatever. Actually, let's see if it'll work. Okay, so you cannot record and call. Good to know. They cut down a lot of the songs because they obviously had to fit it into one. And I don't know that many of Beetlejuice songs, so I don't really know how many they just straight up axed, but I know it was a significant amount because I've scrolled through that album before, and it's a big album. But the some of the ones I remember being cut were Dead Mom felt short. All of them felt short. The Say My Name was considerably cut down to just very beginning, Say My Name. They had a little bit of the control stuff, and then they immediately threw out Beetlejuice. And they cut a lot of. I can pull up the discography later. Actually, I can do it right now. I'm not gonna worry about it. But they cut down. What else did they cut down? Because I know there was a big one that they really cut down on that I was sad to see cut down. God, I can't think of it. Give me a second. Okay. We are parked. Cooper will be joining me soon. So I'm just going to go down the album and list all the ones they either shortened or completely cut. Okay? Invisible, cut down. Whole Being Dead Thing, significantly cut down. Ready, Set, Not Yet, cut down a little. I think. Once again, some of these are estimations. Whole Being Dead Thing Part 2 felt short too. Dead Mom, I'm pretty sure was in full. Fright of Our Lives. What's Fright of Our Lives? Part of the issue was also their speakers weren't amazing. But I'll get to that. But I think Fright of Their Lives was in full. Ready, Set, Reprise is not in full. I actually think that was cut. No Reason was cut, I'm pretty sure. Just kidding. No Reason was beautiful. I know I've been talking about Lydia's vocals a lot, but the stepmom was also amazing. I also vaguely knew her from Once Upon a One More Time, but not very well. So No Reason was at least considerable. Invisible Reprise was in there. Say My Name was cut down. Deo was so funny. I'm gonna touch on that later. But the Banana Boat song was obviously in full, because you can't cut that down. Girl Scout was cut down considerably, because I remember that one. I think that was one of the ones that I wanted to talk about. Was Girl Scout. One of my friends auditioned for, I think, Charlie Brown with Girl Scout one time, and I really liked it. And they cut out the whole. They started out pretty normal with just the "I have a heart problem, yeah, and then they got to the door and they cut out the entire Lydia Girl Scout conversation, and that was tragic because I love that conversation. So funny. Because Lydia literally opened the door because there was no door, and then just said, "Hey, you want to come inside?" And then the Girl Scout did, and I wept. I was so upset. Beautiful Sound was also cut down because it was like 32 bars. Barbara 2.0 was completely cut. What I Know Now was shortened, and earlier in Say My Name, they changed milk, or they changed wine to milk, which was like such a nothing burger of a change. In What I Know Now, they said wine. So where do you draw the line? If Six Junior, or Young Six, is it Six Junior? Whatever. If that can get away with all the things that Six does, you can get away with saying the word wine, because the entire song was the exact same as it normally is. With the whole, like, risque element. So, where do you draw the line of this mention of wine is okay, this mention of wine is not okay, but also you're keeping the whole subject matter of What I Know Now. And the girl for Miss Argentina, it is a crime that is her final show, because I'm pretty sure that's all she was in, because she committed to the bit, and I know her a little bit too. She committed. She was green head to toe. And some of it, I think, was sleeves and, like, leggings. But she was green head to toe. Everything. It was crazy. The sheer dedication was insane. Ella, and also her voice. Oh my God! Spectacular. No notes. Holy hell. Insane opt-up too. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crushed it. You go, Ella. Damn. The dad didn't get any songs, so I can't even say anything about Sanders singing, and that's sad. I don't think I've ever heard him sing, because in Once Upon a One More Time, when they were doing Toxic, which is the only song I can think of that he'd be in, he was just going, happily ever after. Home. What is Home? Cooper is calling again. I'll be back. So I will finish this review later. But Cooper's here.
We're gonna go scissors, so we'll talk to you guys later.
I really hope I keep all of my notes after this. Home was also considerably cut down, and I will talk on that later.
Yes, you will.
What is up, y'all? Oh, I should have started the car before I started this, because now it's going to cut out. I'm calling it right now. Okay. So, they cut, like, a lot of the character development of Adam and Barbara. Sorry, I now I have to rush. Cooper is now following me. I can no longer access the phone. So, so I'm just gonna focus on the acting because it was superb. My glorious queen, Lydia. Oh my god, it was so good. Vocals 8, acting 8, and like the character itself was also so developed. It wasn't like classic, I'm an angsty girl. It was like, it was a fully developed character. And then they even like, I'm not sure if it was a wig, because if it was a wig, it was a really good wig. But like, they changed their hairstyle to the classic like Lydia bangs, and that's such dedication. Oh, I'll talk about that later. Sorry, that's a personal gripe I have with someone. Their Beetlejuice, he was good, but he like kind of fundamentally misunderstood the character, because like his voice came out as the like cringy Reddit almost. Yeah, hi there. I'd really like to, like, that's how the voice was, and it was like, and it was definitely correct a lot of the time, but like it felt very Reddit-y for a hot moment of it. Is this guy okay? No, he's just stupid. Cool. Like, and he was good, but a lot of his movements were also awkward because he was just kind of swinging, which, like, I don't know. They're Adam and Barbara. They were definitely new. Like, they definitely weren't bad. They were very good, but they were definitely underclassmen. It was definitely one of their first shows. Their voice confidence wasn't always quite there. But they have an immense amount of talent, and I'm very excited to see where they go. They decided that Beetlejuice should have like clones of like 3 mini versions of himself, and I thought that was a fun choice to get more people involved. And one of my director's sons were one of those clones. His name's Seth. Love Seth. Seth is so funny. Oh, I love Seth. But God, he's so funny. And 2 of the clones were very good. The third one was trying a little bit too hard, and you could hear him over the other ones, which was not supposed to happen. That was another production issue that they had, was their microphones would be way too quiet, and then they'd peak, and then they'd be way too quiet, and then they'd peak. Which probably wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a microphone issue, but it made like some parts hard to understand. And then like I was directly in the middle, both left and right and up and down. And like I can't imagine what it would be like to be in the front, because those belts blasting out your eardrums, and if you're in the back, those quiet bits, can't hear them at all, because I could barely hear them. Anyways, who's the next probably relevant characters? The dad and the stepmom. The dad was our glorious King Xander. I love him. God, I love Xander so much. He's so funny. He was very good. I don't think he really got any singing parts, and his character wasn't all too big. But he did an excellent job. He was so funny during the Coca Cabana scene. And it also helped that my other friend Chase was in that scene too, as the businessman. It was so funny. And the stepmom, beautiful voice and an amazing character. Sorry, we just had a conversation that got me peeved, and I also have lost a lot of my memory of how the show went. All the ensemble worked very hard, clearly. Very good. Chase, funny as ever. He only really got one scene. And they cut out a whole lot of the the house being a money-making tool parts, which kind of diminished a lot of the story. That was my main thing, is why are you trying to make it an hour-long show when it very much needs to be the full 2 acts? Just maybe censored a bit. Maybe change a lyric here and there. But God, was it funny. And all the quarrels I had weren't anybody's fault. It was the script writers and the microphones, not the sound techs. The tech work was also very impressive. I wish at my school that we had both the size and the haste that these people had, because oh my God, they were running and they had that on lock and they were quiet. I would kill 5 men to have that at my school, because they're always loud, slow, not fun to work with. Miss Argentina, beautiful voice, great character, stole the show despite being in one scene. That's insane. I'm very excited. I'm also gonna see it tomorrow, so my story opinions will be in the next episode. Go watch that. Shameless plug. But it was so good, and I'm very excited to see the other cast, because I hesitate to call him friend, not because of him, but because I just don't know him very well. AJ, he's the Beetlejuice for tomorrow, and I'm excited to see how he stacks up. Not just him, but the cast as a whole. But yeah, it was amazing, and I'll definitely be listening to the soundtrack a bit more, even though I don't have a full picture of it, as the junior version cuts a lot of not just the songs, but some of the better songs, and that was certainly a choice of them. But yeah, that's all this episode's gonna be, because I'm pulling into my driveway and I have to go learn You Gotta Die Sometime. And I'll talk about that in tomorrow's episode. Shameless plug again. You thought I couldn't do it, but I did. Ayo. Whoa. Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Feel free to use this as the thumbnail. Cool.